Hey guys, welcome to the Clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on The Predator. Whew, man, if anybody saw my video on the most anticipated movies of 2018, this was high up on the list. I was so expecting this movie to be full of greatness, and it's just not a good movie. I hate to say it about a Predator movie. I've loved all the Predator movies, even Predator versus Alien versus Predator movies, and I know a lot of people hate on Alien versus Predator Requiem, and for good reason. I know it's darker, and the acting's horrible, but I really don't go to see a Predator movie for the acting. And in the first Predator is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, which I will be doing soon. And you can see that the first original Predator is on that list because it is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of the best movies of all time, not just in my opinion, but just, hey, check the web, ask your friends, ask yourself how much you love that first Predator movie. And if you're a fan, you are going to love that movie out of all of them. Well, Hawkins, one of the guys that's in the movie, he played Shane Black, is the director of The Predator that just came out, and he co-wrote and starred in the original Predator. He was Hawkins in the original Predator. And I thought for sure when he got attached to this project that he was going to do justice, because they've kind of gone from the Predator, the original Predator movie up here, they've kind of just gone on a downhill slope. At least for me and many others, that's just the way they've gone. That no one's ever captured the magic of the first one. The second one I thought is really good, and they referenced those two movies in The Predator. They talk about what happened in 1987, to Arnold or Dutch or whatever, and they reference what happened in LA in 1997. They know that this species is coming to hunt humans, and with global warming it's getting hotter on the earth, and that's what the predators like, is that warm climate. So they're coming to earth a lot more frequent. And this movie is about one of the predators coming to earth, and he's actually being chased by like an assassin predator. I'm sure you've seen the trailers. The big predator, he's hunting the other smaller predator. And the other smaller predator actually comes to Earth to try to help us fight the predators. He wants to give us something, but what do? Shoot him down, capture him. He goes crazy, starts killing everybody, and the movie begins like that. And at first I was so excited. The first 10 minutes, okay, this is going to be good. They even have some of the music from the original Predator, and I was excited about that. It got me pumped up. I was like, okay, here we go. It's going to be something special. And I watched reviews, and everybody kind of dogged this movie, and I was thinking, well, maybe they're just not as much of a fan of Predator movies as I am. So, all movies subjective. I'm going to go in and I'm going to end up loving this movie, because usually when people don't like a movie, 9 times out of 10 I'll probably like it. But the acting in this movie, for one, is horrible. And as I said before, I really don't care about the acting being great or not. It's a Predator movie. Give me some good Predator stuff. The Predator stuff is okay, and it's not that bad until it gets to the end, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but when the bigger predator, he claims his prize, which is the smaller predator, then he starts hunting all the other people involved, and he's after this kid which has autism, and to them, autism is the next stage of evolution for humans. So they want to kill that kid and get his spine and take his fluid and inject themselves with, his spinal fluid, because that's what these predators do. They go to other alien homeworlds and they hunt and they kill the aliens, and whatever the best alien that they find and they kill, they take his spinal fluid and they inject it into themselves to make themselves better predators. And I'm cool with that concept. That's great. That's what, in my mind, what a predator would do. But nothing, and I mean zero, of this movie makes any sense. And I don't want to spoil anything. And guys, I really want to do a spoiler video for this movie, because I want to get into everything that doesn't make sense, but it'll lead into too many spoilers. So if you want to see a spoiler, let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you guys one. But just let me brush over some of the stuff without giving too much away. Olivia Munn's character, she's a biologist, you know, and they get her to come and analyze this predator that they've captured, and you know, to try to figure out what it is and what makes up its biology and everything. Well, she comes and takes a blood sample, and now she just knows everything about the predator race. And on top of that, once the predator starts breaking out and going crazy and starts killing everybody, she just goes from this simple biologist to like a Navy SEAL, you know, like holding guns right and shooting things and like outrunning a predator. It's like running on this catwalk, and she's like trying to catch up to it, and she's like right under it. She's like running as fast, if not faster, than the predator. I was so like, what is going on? And then you have this kid, you know, who gets some of the the predator technology sent to him by his dad, you know, who finds this alien ship, and he mails, it was able to get mailed to America. They're in Mexico, and it was able to get mailed to America to his kid within just like a couple of days. The kid finds it, and he opens it up, and I understand autism people, you know, they're smart in some areas, you know, smarter than us. They can count stuff better, you know, they see numbers, and I get it that they're smart in certain ways, but this kid knew everything how to work this alien technology, and ended up calling the predator ship by accident, granted, but still, just the way he was just like, and it brings up this hologram, and he was just like, he knew exactly what to do with this alien technology, and to me that didn't make sense. Then you have these predator dogs, which I'm cool with predator dogs. The predator dogs in Predators, the movie we got in 2010, I loved them. I thought that was a cool little scene with those animals and those creatures. They looked different. But these were like dogs that were like human dogs. They didn't look human. They were four-legged, but they didn't look human, but they acted like human dogs. And it didn't make sense to me. I'm going to spoil just a little something. It's not a spoiler for the movie or anything, but they point blank put a gun up to this dog's head and shoot it, okay? Point blank in the head. It goes from, I'm going to kill you, to, oh, I'm going to wag my tail and I'm your friend now. You know, and now I'm going to help you kill my master. It's just stuff like that made no sense whatsoever, okay? And I'm just giving you 3 examples out of the entire movie not making sense, okay? And like I said, I can go into spoilers in a spoiler video, so I'm just brushed over those really quick. Another thing I didn't like about this movie was the humor. They tried to make this a comedy. It's a Predator movie. It's not a comedy. It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be gory. You're being hunted by an alien creature that hunts species for a living. And they were fine with it. They were like, let him come. You know, let him come. We'll kill his ass, you know. Oh, man, I was so upset. And then just a joke every other time. I mean, every other minute was a joke here and a joke there. And a lot of F-bombs dropping. And granted, I don't care about cussing. I mean, I'd cuss on my channel more if I didn't respect my mom watching some of the videos. But in a Predator movie, I get it. F-bomb here, F-bomb there. Fine. It's people cuss in real life. So if it happens in a movie, it could be deemed as real. But when you say the F word, every other line in the movie, it's just F this and F that and what the F and what the F this and F that and F this, and even the little kid says the F-bomb twice. I was cool with it once because you know what? When he first said it, it made me crack up. And I actually laughed. and because it was funny. But then he tried to do it again, and it's just like, come on, guys. He's a little kid. He's not going to be dropping F-bombs like this. I understand you did it for the movie and to make us laugh. I get it. It made me laugh. I enjoyed it. But you did not have to do it. You know, you don't have to make a Predator movie funny. And when the cast, none of these people were likable. You know, I mean, I was waiting for them to get killed. I mean, I did not like any character in this movie. And I know about the controversy, you know, with Shane Black hired, you know, one of his guys that did some kind of, you know, did a sexual predator thing against, excuse the pun, but a sexual predator thing to his like cousin, 14-year-old cousin or whatever, and he still got him in the movie. Granted, they took his scenes out, but they didn't take out any other scene that was just in bad taste to the situation they were in. And there's one scene in particular, I won't get into spoilers or anything, but I was really mad at the decision of doing this in the movie. And you'll understand what I'm saying when the Tourette's guy is looking at Olivia Munn's character and he says what he says, and then every other character plays off what he says. I was disgusted, honestly. I was just like, granted, I know controversy just comes with the territory, but when you have this kind of controversy and then you have this in your movie, it's just bad form, you know, bad play. Just a bad play, Shane Black. I'm very disappointed in Shane Black doing this to this Predator movie. Now, try to make it funny. Hated that. I hated the acting. I hated the use of the F-bomb in every other line. You know, I hated that this, you know, nothing made sense in the movie. I hated that this biologist turned into a, you know, Marine all of a sudden, was like jumping on the Predator's back and like, rah! I was like, what is going on? Who is this woman? You know, is she some kind of special ops biologist? Because she came off as one. You know, she even shoots herself in the foot with a tranquilizer dart and doesn't even scream, doesn't even bat an eye. She's just like, oh, okay, well now my foot's asleep. And now it's going to be funny that my foot's asleep and I'm trying to run. Stupid. Just this whole movie was just stupid. Granted, there's some cool Predator moments, and I did like that, and some of the laughs, some of the jokes did land. I hate to say it, I did not want to laugh in this movie, but granted, there were 2 or 3 times where I actually busted out laughing. It was funny. I'll give it that, and I'll give it the Predator stuff, and I'll give it them trying to do something new. Okay? I understand change is good, but emulate what works. That's the first rule in business. Emulate what works. What has worked in the Predator franchise? The first movie. Do that. And that's what he promised us when this first came out. I knew about this movie coming out 2 years ago, and I've been that excited about it. It was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. It is the most disappointing movie of the year for me. Now, all movies subjective. You might go into this movie and love it. So don't just take my word for it. But I'm not going to suggest you go to the theater and spend $30-some on the movie. Don't do it. Just wait for it. If you want to see this movie, and it is kind of watchable. I found myself, I was entertained, but I was entertained by how bad it was. And some of you understand what that means, that, you know, some movies are fun to watch because they're so bad. But this just felt like a train wreck, and even a train wreck would be more fun to watch than this movie. I'll probably watch it one more time when it's out of theaters. I might, you know, download it on digital or something, but I'm not going to pay a bunch of money for this movie again. And I definitely do not suggest you guys do. If you're if you're a fan of the Predator franchise, I have a feeling you're not going to like this movie. But like I said, all movies subjective. You might like it, but my vote out of 10 is a 3. And the only reason I'm giving it a 3 and it's not a 1 is because I understand they wanted to take chances. I'll give them that. Some of the jokes did work and I laughed. Some of the Predator stuff was really cool and I liked the concept that they were trying to do. I'll give it that. So I'm not going to just give it a 1 and say, hey, this is total trash. It's not total trash. It's just not a good Predator movie. And it's just not a good movie. I don't think you guys would enjoy it. And I have to be honest with you. And I'm probably the bigger Predator fan than you are. You know, I went to the theater and saw the first Predator movie and have loved it ever since. I watch it once a year, if not twice a year. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But this was crap to me, and I was very disappointed. So, sorry this video took so long, but I just had to get everything out, and I got more to say about it. So, like I said before, if you want to see a spoilers video, let me know in the comments below, and I'll let you know everything about this movie and why it's so bad. But anyway, guys, have you seen The Predator? Are you planning to see it? What you think? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember, the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!